What's going on, everybody? I'm Stubbs, that's Damien, and this is RH Weekly. And in today's number one thing, the RP3 Plus was announced today. There's this event trailer here. For what we hear is an event coming in the next day or so. We will see if that's the case, but there's a processor upgrade on this model. There are more color variants. Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Now, rumor is that besides just these awesome color variants, including, that's right, purple and blue. Ooh, and all the standard colors that you've seen. Actually, that one's new right there. The colored buttons. Okay, might be a new colorway. Rumored to have the T618, not the D900 for the 3 Plus. Now there could be a 3S Plus that might still have that D900, but as of right now, this is the rumor. Now, talking with Retroid David on the Retroid server, he says, if you already own an RP3, we are going to give a discount. That's awesome, because my next thing I was going to say is, it's too soon to release another product. It's almost as if they knew they were going to do this all along. You have to wonder, it's so soon. They've sold all their warehouse stock, and now we're doing this?
I mean, they did have the 3 in storage for a long time, supposedly, before the 3 came out. So, you know, this might have been originally supposed to come out here with the RP3 coming out earlier, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Who does know? I don't know. But this is awesome news because it has more power. It almost is like the Odin Lite, and we're going to find out more when they announce. If this does launch in the next 24 hours, definitely going to pick one up. Definitely that clear blue looks awesome.
That's the color choice, for sure.
That's the one I'd probably go with if I just picked one. And I'm stoked on it. I don't care that it's too soon, even. I know a lot of people do, but them giving this discount is huge. That goes a long way. I'm rooting for them. Damien, do you have any extra thoughts on this one?
Just I'm excited to see what the performance is going to look like. We've seen this processor in the Powkitty X18S, which is only getting better. When it originally came out, it was like, oh, we can do some GameCube. You know, we had like a tracking sheet. Now people are like playing some really high-end stuff on that thing. Like that little chipset's got some legs on it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of optimization going on in the software these days, and like Skyline runs on the 618. Can believe it or not, some 2D games. I love my X18S Ultra. I like it more every time I use it. It's funny because I did not like X18S original all that much, but the subtle changes they made were enough for me to be like, yes, this is a good handheld. I'm having a good time. So seeing that processor in a candy bar style like the RP3, cool.
Yeah. I mean, in traditional Powkitty style, you were not disappointed this time.
I was not disappointed this time. I'm still a little disappointed. For instance, all the paint kind of chipped away off my buttons, but it's fine. I'm going to let that go. But for this, I still want the D900, so I'd probably opt in for that higher SKU if it's not too big of a price difference. I'll do it anyways. Now, the 353M just gobsmacked us all right in the face. It's here already. Russ already has a review out for the 353M from Anbernic. And, he's showing off, hey, there's Hall-sensored joysticks. He thinks this is the best of the 353Ms. In fact, the best 4.3 Anbernic device to date. And that's saying a lot. It already comes day one with custom firmware working on it, such as Jealous, ArcOS. I even heard a rumor that there's a Lineage build on the way. So, I mean, this runs Android, it runs Linux. It looks comfortable. Not only does Russ have it, but our lovely co-host Damien here also has a 353M. His review unit just came in.
Hold on. I mean, but this is a 351M. Oh, you're right.
You do?
I do have one. Look at that.
What?
It's smaller.
And they sent you the blue one.
Oh my god, I was
The
so
color.
happy to open that box.
How serendipitous is this? It matches your 351 MP. Yes.
Oh,
Look, it's so cute. It's smaller than I thought. Let me see that thing. Let me see that
the
thing.
size of a cell phone. It's almost perfect. So sorry, the camera's not picking because of the light. But
No, I can see it. It has those rubber nips on the back.
Yep. So
Tell us about
I'm
it.
super excited. So yeah, just the quick, like real quick into it. So it's thinner than the MP. It's despite having a stronger chipset in it, it's got different shoulders and triggers on the back. They're inline, but they're very similar, I think, to what was the model? The 280V, where they kind of dovetail into each other a little bit. So makes it just a little bit easier to reach the L2 and R2. The joysticks are those Hall sensors, and you can feel it. It just feels like a more expensive joystick. I'm not usually a fan of these little tiny things, but
the Hall sticks.
It feels like they're just real nice, and means that that magnetic sensor, right? Like the way it works. It's just nice, and it's just nice and firm. And I like myself a nice firm joystick.
Nice firm joystick. I can get down with that. How are those inline shoulder buttons there?
Not bad. I mean, you can.
Yeah, it's the usual.
Fingers on the top, so it's fine. I mean, it's tiny.
Yeah.
If otherwise it would be sticking out the back. So.
True. Yeah, you're paying for that trade off there. Now the pricing for this is pretty cool. $136 early bird, $146 retail. The only downside is that while that seems like a low price, Anbernic has switched to a new shipping model where they will charge for shipping. Usually we're used to free shipping with Anbernic, so they are going to charge for that. So don't be deceived by that little bit lower pricing. Not only that, but hopping on the early bird, I do recommend to save a few bucks and get this in your hands as soon as possible. This launches on November 5th. You can pick one up. Russ adores it. Damien, so far it seems like you're really enjoying it.
Mister's owned it for like 2 hours.
2 hours, you're already
my 351 MP. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that thing because it's an instant swap out. 100%.
It's replaced all the other ones. Russ was saying it's like a best of, and I really agree with that point from what I've seen so far.
I would say it taps off that generation. Like if you consider it part of the 3326 generation, kind of
is.
Like, I think it just ends that. Like the nice bricks. I know about the 505 coming up, and it's the same form factor, but yeah, I don't know. For these smaller ones, I think this is it. This is the one.
This is I'm down for that. I'm not a huge fan of the metal Anbernic devices usually because of the Wi-Fi issues, but since they added plastic around the corners, the Wi-Fi can transmit a little easier. I don't need it to do amazing streaming. For me, I just need retro achievements. That's the only reason I need Wi-Fi on these. I don't really do too much streaming myself, so this might be perfect. Apparently, it gets a little bit warm, so watch out for that. But I will have my unit in sometime in the next days or weeks here. I think it's stuck somewhere, which I'm okay with because I have so many reviews to get out. I'm so backlogged. Gotta get my G Cloud out. X18S Ultra. I gotta do my AYANEO Air Lite, which I haven't even talked about this thing. This thing is awesome. The battery life sucks, but it is so awesome. I'm so
X86
upset.
World, man.
It's the worst battery life in the most beautiful form factor. I'm so upset. Speaking of AYANEO, we'll move this one up today. The AYANEO 2 is coming out. It's already up for pre-order right now, so you can back it on Indiegogo.
And this thing should be made of basically all premium parts, like from what I understand.
Yes.
It's like got haul everything.
Everything. It's just crisp and perfect. It has an all-glass front panel, which is interesting for that AYANEO 2. Now, not only that, but the AYANEO Geek is on the same page. What's the difference between the Geek and the 2? I assume that the 2 has crazier, better parts in it because it's more expensive, while the Geek has a more affordable price with that 6800U processor. $750, still too much money for me, but I like that it is $200 off if you pick it up now. That's cool.
Tell you what, Aya's got a really good like video and render team. Like every piece of media that they
really
put
do.
out always looks like 10
So
out of 10.
good.
So
This crystal
their
purple
design of their
one,
handhelds is great too.
it really is. This crystal purple one looks really nice. For some reason, I'm drawn towards this ridiculous cotton candy B-Duck colorway. Look at that.
B-Duck?
It's like, yeah, it's $1,000, but it's so cute. Look, it's like light blue with pink cotton candy buttons and shoulders with a duck analog stick. I don't know why.
You gotta say all the cool stuff before you say $1,000, because that's just like my level of interest is like, well, goodbye.
I say $1,000. I'll never see you. I'll never get that. Bye, dreams. Russ has one, I know. He has the Retro Power one, so it must be this 32 gig 2 terabyte model, which is nuts. So it has the 6800U. Again, I need to dive into the specs here. That all glass front is interesting. That might be bothersome, but
I think it'll be okay. Like
there's no bezel. There's no bezel. No bezel. Look at that bezel. Nothing.
I think it'll be all right. I think it'll feel good.
Okay, I trust you.
Just don't drop it.
Don't hurt me again. I won't drop it. I'm not going to get this. It's too much money. I'm just not going to get it at all.
I mean, it's a very, very small group of our community that picks these things up. Like it's 10 people I can think of maybe that own devices in this class, like newer ones, not like second or third hand. But
it looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'm sure it's
chunky. God, dude.
It's chunky as hell, but that means it probably has a decent battery life, like maybe 3-4 hours possibly.
Nice.
We'll see.
I mean, that's what you're looking at here. I hesitate to maybe say Ferrari, but you're definitely looking at a Lexus here, like where you're like, I'm not going to pay for that, but I'll go through the dealership.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those handhelds that's like, if you want one handheld, just
especially
get this.
If the
don't
Windows
even
compatibility is big.
Don't even wait for Loki. This is here now, and it's going to ship soon. I mean, heck, this showed up. Look at this thing. My Air Lite. And it has LED joysticks that you can configure the RGB, like the specific type of like breathing that the RGB lights do on this. It's ridiculous.
It's a whole nother level.
And it's like the form factor and weight of the Air Lite is so good. And the vent smell is good, and the mouth, it's like so good. And I just never play it because I get so stressed out that the battery's going to die in 45 minutes to an hour.
Would you say corpo level build quality?
Oh, easily, man. There's a freaking fingerprint reader on the top here that just logs you in. You don't need to put in your credentials or anything. The buttons are just the most perfect play and travel. The whole joysticks, fantastic. The D-pad is just a dream. L1, R1 click in a satisfying way, and L2, R2 are analog and depress really nice. Like, this is the best thing I've ever had that gets the least use. So
for 45 minutes at a time, maybe.
For 45 minutes. It's like that handheld that you pick up before bed because the kids aren't around to like get sauce and stuff on it. You enjoy like right before you pass out. And let's be honest, like I have maybe 20 to 30 minutes of game time. So technically, this is my ultimate handheld, and I should get rid of everything else I own if I'm realistic. But I always aspire to be like, but what if I did have 8 hours free? Or 12 hours free? What if I'm out in the woods, again, like I was before with my buddies, and I need a solid 15-hour battery life to not go crazy? What am I going to do with my friends? What am I going to do with my friends? Have conversations? Like, no, we need to entertain or distract ourselves. But you're right. It never happens. I do not sit down and play a video game, like a retro game, for more than maybe an hour. Maybe. If it's a modern game or something, I might play that for an hour or 2 hours. But on a handheld for retro gaming, yeah. This probably is the best handheld once I just get over it. If I just get over it.
Stubbs, battery life isn't about like being able to rip out a 15-hour session, because that's never going to happen.
It's about
the fact you don't have to keep plugging it in all the time. Like
you're right. You're right. It's the fact that I could come back to it and play on it for like 20 sessions and then charge it. You know, like charge it once a month. The once a month charging handheld, that's the goal that we should strive for.
You're right, and you should keep that as a standard, and you should send me that handheld that you just put away, so I can just
send it to you.
You won't have to stress battery life anymore.
All right, I mean, I'll pack. I got my RH packing tape right here. I'll just pack it away for you and send it off. No, almost. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the UPS tomorrow. That sounds great. Take it off my hands.
I'll just fire this off to Damien. Sounds good.
It's funny. Sometimes I do get stressed out about having all these damn handhelds, and I will just start sending them out to people from time to time, mostly for our review team. But it's like, if you have a spot for this in your collection, please take it off my hands. I can't know. I know it needs to be managed and like charged every 6 months. It's like a Tamagotchi you got to take care of to keep it in optimal condition.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Other things here. Speaking of those 353 devices, which I still like the 353V the best. Even after the M, I may still like the V. But somebody here on Reddit
was your favorite?
So far. Well, so far, I haven't touched the M yet, but we'll see. But you can actually swap out Switch joysticks. This gentleman, Eric Awesome.
Individual.
This individual, Eric Awesome, swapped out some white Switch joysticks and put some unique, looks almost like glow-in-the-dark white buttons on these. That's really cool. So you can totally swap. I bet you can swap from the 353M as well and the 353P. Those all should be the same parts minus those whole joysticks on the M, so don't swap those because I'm sure they're awesome as is. But I bet you could put dually kits in. Ooh.
Maybe. You could also probably, I bet you the caps come off just like a Switch. And you can probably just swap those in if white is the big deal. And then just leave those hollows on there.
Well, I know that RetroGame.evo and Sakura Retro Modding are going to be all over the 353M line. I think this is going to be a really popular series that we're going to see. Just you can see all the devs hopping on to do custom firmware, and it's really the 351 line done better. Minus the P. I'm not a huge fan of the P. AYN. There's news on the Loki, everybody.
Oh, there's always news on the Loki.
There's always news. Nicole says, Loki Update 3. First, after weeks of so much design and verification efforts, this adapter chip finally works, and the dream to keep it less power-consuming than competitor's solution finally comes true. Love that. Second, we are finally making a Loki screen that works perfectly, and what's more, thanks to the FPGA working as a featured aux channel protocol manager, we all know what that means, come on. We make the screen work in 60, 50, or 40 Hz refresh mode. Well, that's cool. 40 Hz is the wave of the future, I hear, which was requested by so many existing Loki buyers. The consideration that to reduce the GPU, CPU load of 2D, 3D rendering significantly, and thus takes them the battery life by a great amount of time. More battery life? Yes, x86, do anything you can to make that battery life go up. Further, the good news is we can even make custom resolutions work at these refresh rates. That's neat. And then they give some examples, big improvements in battery life. Love to see that. However, this is not like a prototype, or where are the pictures? Show us things, give us things.
I don't think it exists yet.
We're impatient. We want it now. What do you think?
Well, you can't have it, so...
Can't have it.
Keep waiting.
I'll keep waiting till Q4 2023-ish. Okay, and in other things here, our own Zoo of Zoo Reviews is going on-site, reporting remote from the Ohio Retro Gaming Community Expo, the TORG? The TORG Gaming Expo. Yes. Ohio's largest gaming convention. There are 230 vendor tables, and Zoo will be there with bells on, reporting back and telling us all the fun things. And I'm sure Gary's going to be there, So everyone better just be on alert if you're in Ohio, because Gary gets a little, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's really cool. I always aspire to go to these gaming conventions, but there's so many people, and it's like I have to leave the house and put on pants and stuff. It's just not for me.
You can go to the event to pay above eBay prices in person.
Yes, that's right.
I'm just joking. No, these events are much more than that. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
There's
all
like
this cool stuff to see, great exhibits. They're really fun to go to.
Yeah, everybody dresses up in doing cosplay, and that's fun. Going with your friends, connecting with other gamers, talking to devs, doing game swaps. I mean, this is, if you're into this stuff, it's really cool. I'm really glad that we're starting to do this again with COVID and all that. So yeah, let's do it.
And if anybody's interested, TORG stands for the Ohio Retro Gaming. So it's literally the Ohio Retro Gaming Expo.
The Ohio Retro Gaming Expo. The TORG. The TORG. Okay. Who likes free games? Me.
I like free games.
And you. Filament is one on Epic Games, which is here, and also Rising Storm Vietnam. These are both free right now. Filament is a game all about solving cable-based puzzles and uncovering what really happened to the crew of the Alabaster. That's fun. I like puzzles. My wife and I like to play puzzle games.
I grabbed it.
I grabbed it as well. Beard Envy is the developer. They win Best Dev Name of the Year. Beard Envy, that's amazing. And Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. This is rated as extremely fun. So this is a Tripwire product, it looks like, and I've never played this game, but it looks pretty cool. It reminds me of like Battlefield Vietnam, that expansion.
A little bit. I've only got about 2,000 hours in this game, so
you have a little experience.
So just a little bit, yeah. So if anybody's interested, it is a fairly large online only. There is no single player.
Okay.
Fairly large, like Battlefield's area. It's a little urban-y, jungly because Vietnam War, but it tries to be that kind of partially realistic, but not all the way to the point where it's slow and boring. It's a pretty fast-paced game, but you work in squads. It's a very high level of communication, so you need a microphone to do well in here.
Nice.
The people that play this game usually have great sense of humor and they're playing around. Not the biggest fan of Tripwire, but I have played this game for a long time, and if it's free right now, definitely worth. Grab a beer, play it for a weekend, make some friends. It's fun.
It looks good. I'm doing a little LAN party. Remember LAN parties? With some buddies this weekend, and I'm going to suggest that we try this one out because they were wondering what else we should play. So, Rising Storm 2 Vietnam.
Do not, if you end up playing this game, 2 pieces of advice is stay out of the helicopters.
Okay.
Do not try to take the team lead thing if you don't know what you're doing. It will make people very angry.
I'll try to remember that for both gaming and in life. This is good. I don't ever know what I'm doing anywhere. Beyond games, it's that time for us to talk about for more games. Game of the month. You voted, you nominated, you've decided that Breath of Fire, Survival Kids, and Wario Land 3 are our nighttime November games of the month. Fun. So you have one with 28 hours time to beat, 5 hours time to beat, and 11 hours time to beat.
Yep.
I will maybe have time to beat Survival Kids, but I know that I voted for Breath of Fire, so I just need to do it. Apparently there's like a speedrunning hack you can do that cuts that time down to somewhere around 10 to 15. I might have to do that. I've never beaten this game, and I love the Breath of Fire series, so.
I intend to finish Survival Kids because that was the one I wanted to win in that category, so.
Nice.
We have not seen a long, quote-unquote, RPG in a while. I think
Yeah.
Team How Long to Beat, you know, the guys that just want to play short games and rack up points and stuff like that, or just people that don't have a ton of time to play these really long games, have been kind of owning the group for a while. It's kind of cool to see a longer game go on there. So in Wario Land 3, that just apparently immediately was what everybody wanted to play. Day one, that thing was done.
Easy,
in voting.
easy. Yeah, I know that one. Just there's no point in voting anything else. Wario Land 3 is there. Dude, these games for Game Boy Color, these Mario, like Mario Deluxe, Mario Land, Wario Land, so good, so good. So highly recommend. Never played Survival Kits. I'm looking forward to at least trying that. And yeah, on Breath of Fire, I will need a guide and a speedrunning guide, and I will attempt some point, maybe on my AYANEO Lite. I'll put on like triple shaders and upscale to 8K. It'll be awesome. Okay, so we have the Games of the Month now. If you are not familiar with Game of the Month, that is a program we run in our Discord. Hop into discord.gg/retro handhelds and play one of these games. Beat any of these games and show your end credit screen to Rapid in the Game of the Month channel. And then tag Rapid, and you will get some points, which will earn you some merch and some entries into a holiday giveaway that's coming up very, very soon. We're really excited for that. But yeah, play some games. Now, we have made our stream right now completely hack-proof. We're trying a new anti-Gary system, so I don't expect Gary to hack us tonight, which I'm very thankful for. That's very upsetting when that happens. And we may have a zoo review, so I'm going to open the lines for 1 second to see if that's going to come in here. Zoo? Zoo? Zoo, are you there?
I give this Zayle's corn 5 out of 5. Bet you wish you had some.
Well, good. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Damien, any other final thoughts from you tonight?
Just excited to see all these new handhelds every week.
Every week.
There's always something new coming out. I feel bad for people getting new to the hobby at this point because they're just like 350 RG PM.
Yeah. What is this? What does it mean? It's tough. Well, I'm excited that
if
you
you're
have
interested.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, man. This thing's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to getting some content out about it. And anybody here that's interested that might be kind of new to the scene, if you're not sure what device to pick, in our Discord server, we do have a place to help you out. We have a form you can fill out talking about everything about what you want to get out of it, what systems you want to run, what price range you want, where you're located in the world, and we'll help you pick a device that's just right for you.
Yep, hop into the Help Me Choose channel on our Discord, and we have a forum, and Damien moderates that channel, so he will help guide you into your handheld of your dreams, whether it be the 353M, whether it be the Xperia Play, who knows? Damien, I'm excited for that content. I can't wait to see any shorts, thoughts you have on the 353M. I know Zoo has one, and Raven has one, so that we're going to see reviews from them. I will get one in eventually, and probably Thor too. So what a wild time right now for Anbernic Handhelds. That and Retroid and AYN, it's a lot to keep up with, but we are excited to be here with you and sharing this news with you every week. I'm going to end my long-winded rant right now and start to wrap this one up. But do like, comment, and subscribe for your weekly recap of Retro News. This has been Stubbs.
This is Damien.
And this has been RH Weekly.
Bye, everybody.
My catchphrase.